want to hit on a couple subjects, and this is going to be more of like habits, actions, and thoughts, and how they can impact your specific journey in the process of health, wellness, and other areas as well. So, what I'm going to talk about here is how your habits, actions, and thoughts may be either holding you back or they may allow you to progress forward even faster. So, what I want to correlate this to is obviously the health and wellness journey, and it can roll over into other areas of your life as well. So, habits, I'm going to give you a couple things of like habits that may be hindering you, or a communication pattern that maybe you need to reflect and be understanding of how it could be impacting you. So, habits like skipping workouts when things get busy. Okay, we all get busy. We all have things and obligations. It's just how you frame it and how you communicate it to yourself. Are you going to hold that standard where you tell making sure you have that relationship with your unconscious mind that you said you're going to do something, you do it, and you reinforce it by skipping workouts, and even if you see it on the calendar, you get busy and don't do it. Okay, basically what you're doing is you're reinforcing that you don't follow through with specific things. So make sure you're committing to habits, and you're finishing those habits. Reaching for comfort food after stressful days, or consuming too many beverages after a stressful day. That's not a good coping mechanism, specifically if you're working towards health and wellness goals, or in general for clarity. Inconsistent sleep routines. That if you're staying up too late, you're not getting up early enough, things of that nature. You want to stay in a rhythmic pattern as much as possible. Neglecting and missing like meals, or staying on some type of routine of consumption of water. So those are all examples that I'm giving you that could be hindering you from progression. And then actions. So again, habits, actions, thoughts, and these can be flipped the other way. Thoughts, habits, actions, they all can be intertwined to a certain degree. So action, starting a plan and quitting after 2 weeks. Again, this is kind of like, this is a little bit of extended versions. You want to reinforce, hey, I'm a person who always finishes what I start. I'm going to give it 110% no matter what. And that's just you will reinforce the unconscious mind by completing it and doing what you say you're going to do. Choosing short-term pleasure. Again, TV scrolling, snacks over long-term results. Some guys get caught up in spending too much time, chasing stories on the IG. You got to be protective of the mind and or time. Not tracking progress, so thinking you're stuck when you're not. So you got to evaluate and make sure you're doing the evaluation. Am I progressing forward? Am I staying where I'm at? Or am I sliding backwards? One of the three is happening. And then thoughts. So we're going to go into thoughts. Let me finish actions. There's a couple more talking points I want. Actions. Doing random workouts instead of following a proven system. The reason it's called programming, it is a system. And if you follow a certain system, it's going to get you from point A to point B. Randomness is going to get you randomness. That's just how it works, guys. Even though, and it's a funny part, talking in general about programming, do I like doing every workout exactly, or every movement exactly? No, hell no. But I do them understanding the benefits. So, and it's also, okay, I challenge myself from a mental capacity to build resilience. Hey, can I do this? Will my 40-year-old knees, almost 50-year-old knees, get me through this squat pattern today? Will I have a little bit of pain? How am I going to feel the next day? Can I get these reps in? Can I add weight? Can I finish this set? Challenge yourself, because it builds that resilience. Because when other stuff happens, you have that resilience built in, and you can push through when things get a little bit uncomfortable in any part of life. And then thoughts. We go to thoughts again. These can flip thoughts. And this is a thought that will not get you closer to or get you towards your goal. I'll start Monday. Constant delay. You don't want to delay the process. I've always been this way. That's a fixed identity. And again, I work with some of you guys and some of the guys in my program talking about how their language is impacting the outcome. You don't want to associate your specific identity. I'm that person that's in a negative format. I'm the one that always does that. So this is just language patterns that you put yourself in a box, or you make yourself cause some of the problem. Okay. I don't have time avoiding, obviously the responsibilities or the commitment you made to yourself. Because if you can't hold a commitment that you made to yourself, how are you going to hold a commitment to anybody else? I don't know. You got to look in the mirror and figure that out. I just need more motivation, not building discipline. It's not motivation, guys. And we've talked about this. So it's a matter of either you do it or you don't. You're disciplined to do the process, or you're not disciplined to do the process. That's a general observation, maybe, or an answer. So, again, truth is, your results reflect your standards. Okay? If you want different outcomes, what do you have to do? You need to have different habits, actions, and thoughts. Again, your thoughts, actions, and habits. So they're intertwined. Be careful with not holding true to what you say you're going to do from an unconscious standpoint. Your actions, obviously, following through with the actions you promised yourself. Okay, and then the thoughts. What do you think? Okay, is it a positive component? Am I this way? So you want to make sure you frame it in a positive format. I'm the one that always finishes. Okay, I'm the one that always sees results. I'm the one that always feels good about the workouts. I'm the one that always hits my workouts. Okay, so hopefully this helps. These are just some more of aspects of where I see guys get stuck. It's more of a mental component, and they have to work through some of the mental garbage that we have, or that we're carrying with us. Because again, we have total control. We have choices. So again, hopefully this helps, guys. You guys go out and have a great day. If you need more help, never hesitate.